Get off my... So there are a lot of people who currently have a hamster and they're on a budget, or somebody owns a hamster and they're looking to provide their hamster with what they require, but they don't want to spend hundreds of dollars, or maybe they can't afford to spend hundreds of dollars. Keep in mind, any pet you own, there's no such thing as a free pet. Every pet is going to have a reoccurring cost. Hamsters, for example, are always going to be needing food and bedding throughout their entire lifetime. To start off, hamsters need large cages, and you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on a large cage. One of my favorite options is actually a bin cage. This is made from a 110 quart bin. This has about 530 square inches of floor space, so it is above the bare minimum, but I wouldn't exactly consider it large. But if you're coming from somebody who has had their hamster in a critter trail its whole life, and this is what you can only upgrade to, this is obviously much, much better than keeping your hamster in that critter trail its whole life. Bin cages can be made for $20 to $30, and I have a tutorial on how you can exactly make one, because they do need a lid. You can't just keep the lid off of it. Next is bedding. This is one of the reoccurring costs you're going to have to purchase throughout your hamster's lifetime, and you're going to want to make sure you're providing your hamster with a safe and deep substrate in their enclosure. A lot of people see how large a hamster's cage needs to be, and then they hear how much bedding that you need to provide in their cage, and they start to think that it's going to end up costing them a lot of money, which is in fact wrong. Having a larger cage and using more bedding can actually save you more money. So this right here is a 99-liter bag of paper-based bedding, and I picked this up for $31. That might sound like a lot of money, but this can last you a very long time if you just own one hamster. And also keep in mind that you should never be cleaning your hamster's cage fully once a week like a lot of people think you're supposed to. A hamster cage that meets the bare minimum should never be cleaned out more than once a month. And if you do need to clean out their bedding once a month, then you should be doing a half clean, never a full clean, because full cleans are actually very stressful towards the hamster. You're removing all of their scent, so doing a half clean is much better. I personally actually rarely ever clean my hamster's cages, which sounds bad, but as long as you are spot cleaning your hamster's cage and removing sections that have been soiled, there is nothing wrong with that, and the bedding is actually very clean. The next thing is accessories, and this is a fun one because you can get as creative as you want to. You can make toys for super cheap with cardboard and other materials. Here are cardboard tubes. These are perfect for tunnels, depending on the size of your hamster. Some Syrians can fit through these, some cannot, but you can find larger paper tubes. These are great as well because if a hamster chews on it, it's not going to hurt them, and they're great to destroy. And you can take these and you can actually make them into other different types of hamster toys. There are literally hundreds on the internet. So many different DIYs. You can even make your own hamster hideout. This is just simply made from a cardboard box. I cut a little hole in a little window and I decorated it a bit. This is another type of DIY. This is just made with toilet paper, and I have done a tutorial a very, very long time ago, but this is a fun one for hamsters because it's made out of toilet paper, and a lot of the times the hamster is going to destroy it and use it for nesting, so it can kind of keep them busy for a bit. But there are so many different DIYs that you can do for so cheap. I also recommend you look in dollar stores and thrift stores for items. They don't necessarily have to say made for a hamster to be usable by a hamster. There's lots of different jars and containers and lots of different things that can honestly be used for hamsters for food dishes, sand baths, or even hideouts. This jar right here could actually be a really cool sand bath. It's enclosed so the hamster will enjoy bathing in it, or this container here is really large and can be great for a sand bath as well. And both of these items are super cheap. Another thing I suggest is buying used hamster supplies. Oftentimes on websites like Craigslist, Kijiji, or Gumtree, people will have had a hamster and it's now passed and they have the hamster supplies and they don't know what to do with it because they don't want to get another hamster. So they put it up for sale for way cheaper than you would buy it in the pet store. This is perfectly safe to buy. All you have to do is just make sure you wash all of the plastic items with some hot soapy water, and if there's any wooden items, you can bake it in the oven at a low temperature. Make your own hamster treats. Instead of going into the pet store and buying a $5 bag of hamster treats, make your own. You just need to make sure the ingredients are safe, but there's so many different recipes on the internet for hamster treats, and you can make them as healthy as you want. If you have a safe, pesticide-free tree in your backyard, you can actually cut off branches and make your own hamster chew toys. You just need to make sure the tree is safe. You can use branches from trees such as apple, willow, grape, kiwi, poplar, elm, or aspen trees. And then you need to sanitize them, which you can easily do by boiling it or baking it in the oven, and then your hamster can chew on them. You can also grow your own fruits and vegetables for your hamster to feed them as extras. It's also a lot healthier of an option because you are growing it yourself, so you know what is going into it. You don't have to put any fertilizers or pesticides or weedicides in it, so you know it's going to be the best for your hamster. If you're also interested in giving your hamster things like wheat, oat, and flax spray, you can actually grow these yourself. All you need is some oat grass, wheatgrass, or flax seeds, and all you gotta do is plant those in the ground and then wait for them to grow, and they will develop into the sprays that you would buy in the store, and it's going to cost you a lot less. So as you can see, you can easily provide your hamster with what they require, so using "I can't afford it" as an excuse not to give your hamster what they require just really isn't acceptable, because there are many ways around that. So I really hope this video was able to help anybody who is wanting to budget for their hamster or save some more money so that they can buy other things for their other animals, or whatever you want to do. So yeah guys, thank you for watching. Bye!